Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be attempting to make what might be my most realistic plot yet. Now, the thing about this, right? I was going to make a garage, but at the same time, I don't know if I should be using these cars or not, or if I should be just making new ones. So that's the kind of predicament that I'm in right now, because I like the idea of using these, but I didn't really plan on using them. That's the only thing. Maybe it's fine. Worst comes to worst, I'll delete the Evo. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making what might be my most realistic plot yet. Now, I have an idea of how I'm going to do this and what I want to do for this. I'm going to measure this out real quick. If possible, I want to make something very similar to this, because I love the vines. I love like what they have going on. It just looks so cozy. So I'm going to try and recreate this. I don't exactly know where I want my lighting to be, though. Because I could have it, like, behind, which could be cool. But, I don't know. It just feels weird. You know, we'll build it here for now. And we'll move the plot if we need to. Now, I'll move this over by one more. I really have an idea in my head of how I want this to look, but it's very hard to explain. Have something like that. Make a quick and easy road, which will have rounded corners. I'm kind of basing this off the real location, but I'm also basing it a lot on my imagination. It's like a combination of my imagination and a combination of, like, you know, the real place that actually exists IRL. And another thing I probably should mention, because it's probably crucial information. A lot of this will be, like, cut out. The main focus is the buildings in proximity of this. The further away we get, the less detailed the buildings will be. Alright? In fact, I don't even know if I should have this building here. I might move it over here instead. I might just do this little street right here, because that's literally all I need. And you know what I could do to skip out on that road or whatever that was? Or that other street, my bad. To skip out on that other street, I'll add a canal. This will run along our road and will prevent us from doing any other details. Can you guys see the vision? It's very hard to explain, but there's a vision. This is almost just like a giant version of those grocery store doors that slide open, except it's for vehicles. This thing's going to be covered in vines. It's going to have twigs and stuff. It's going to look pretty fire. But since this is a focused building, these other buildings aren't going to receive as much detail, because this is almost like a diorama. This will be the most detailed. These will be second. And then anything out here will be bare minimum. Because this image right here is what I'm trying to capture. Making a fence for this is going to be quite difficult, considering how it doesn't really go up to the height I want, but I will stick with this for now, as a reminder. I wish the corroded metal texture was a little more subtle. It's a bit, I don't know. Like, I would use it, but the orange, like, rusty part is way too orange. Like, if it was more subtle, I would totally use that texture all the time. But it's not, so I'm not a huge fan of it. I know this looks very basic and very boring right now. Y'all really gotta trust the process, alright? Because what we're gonna do is, after we finish like the basic structurals and all that, we're gonna do a bunch of decal plants. Like, we're gonna do this entire basic building, get the basic shaping, basic everything, really. And then we'll do decal plants. That'll totally transform it in on itself. Then, we'll do trees, custom, like, lifts and stuff. I do want to make a custom Nissan S13. You could also make, like, a custom K-truck. Honda Acti, maybe. We'll get cracks. We'll get downspouts. Everything we really need. It's kind of our first major detail right here. Normally, I would just use wedges, but we're doing something a little more different here. Combination of convex and concave to get us a nice, smooth sidewalk to driveway transition, I guess. I'm yapping. But there, that's what I'm referring to right there. We're gonna get this around, then we'll do corners. Then after our corners, we'll do downspout. Well, no, we've not downspouts, drains, and just stuff like that. And then right here, where the parking lot of this place meets the road, we're just gonna line these along here. We're gonna make them 2.5, that way you can just use a medium grid space, and they'll just line up like this. That already looks quite cool. What I'll do, I don't know if I'm gonna put a train on the bridge, but I'll definitely put like a cable that goes across, just like, you know, Japan's usual electric trains, or train lines rather. Small details like that make a huge difference, especially when you're looking at it from up close. Can't figure out what more I should be getting on the left side though, because there's not really many images of it. So that makes it quite difficult to tell what the hell goes on this one side. I might add a fake wall for the interior of the garage that won't actually be painted for the house. It'll just be for the garage's sake. And then we'll get like framing on it, or some sort of like structural integrity shiz. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's there. It's looking quite cool so far. I don't know if the cars really fit the vibe though. They're very vibrant compared to the very dull exterior of this building. And the fact that I'm only doing a small area based on, you know, this one section. Like, think about how much I'll be able to add. Just because I'm doing... Let me just reveal how much time I have. I have a week to do this. No, 3 weeks. Or is it 2? 2 to 3 weeks to do this. And I'm doing this small street. Only the street, nothing else. We're doing this one street, right? So this building and this building and this building. Maybe this building. Definitely not that building. Because it's almost like a scene. I remember, I don't know how many of you have seen it, but another YouTuber, this is the best way for me to describe it. Someone called IT Guy built an anime scene in Bloxburg, and the way he did it was he only built what was seen in the show. This is very similar to that, except I'm not basing mine on a TV show. I'm just basing it on my imagination. Yeah, see how he did it? There's nothing back here, and there's nothing to the sides. It's only what you see in the TV show. The staircase, the buildings. That's very, very similar to what I'm doing here. It's like, I don't know if you call it a diorama, I don't know if you call it a scene or a section, but it's one of those. Credits to the IT guy, by the way. That build was fire. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's like this little section that I'll be putting a crap ton of detail in, because since this is a little section, I'll be able to put as much detail as I would in like a really big build into this. And that's crazy because think about the apocalyptic hospital, right? Think about all the details I put into that in this one street. All right, that's the best way for me to describe how much opportunity there is. Like, that's huge. I could think of so many things I could add, and plot data won't even be a problem for ages. And that's something I really want to try doing more in the future. Because I do a lot of big builds, and yeah, they're detailed. Like the Apocalyptic Hospital, that's a big build, right? And yeah, that's cool and all, right? But since it's such a big since it's such a big build, I'm only able to do details according to what the plot data can handle. And since it's so big, I have to disperse the details, right? But if I do a smaller build, which this is still, I don't know if I would call this small, it's like medium, but it's smaller than the hospital, the Apocalyptic Hospital, or the Apocalyptic Lab, or anything huge I've made. Since those are so big, I've dispersed the details, but since this is so small, I can put all the details that I would have put in the big build, which is, you know, the hospital or whatever the hell, into this. And it'll be a lot more condensed and a lot more focused because I'm doing, you know, a smaller build, but with the same amount of detail that big builds had. Which is something I think I'd like to see a lot more of. I really want to try doing some of those. More small, thought-out builds with tons of detail. And this is going to be the first one. And I'm hoping it will be the most realistic one, because that's the title of this video. Just adding some details into our bridge right now. I'm not going to do much, because it is Christmas Day for me. I do want to hang out with my family some more. But like, we'll do a little more detailing on our bridge. I might even fully finish the bridge today. What does the power line look like? But like, as I was saying, I'll finish the bridge, and then we'll move on to whatever we move on to next in the future. Can't tell if that's fire or not, but I think we're going to roll with it for now. Might have one more beam going through the middle. Could get something like this. Why not? That works. And then what we'll do is we'll get one there, kind of like lined up with the road, and then we'll kind of get them that far apart from each other. That looks so cool. Although I might move it a little bit because you can't really see the detail I put on it. Because if I put it right here, for example, you'll see it a lot better when looking at it from here. See, that's something you got to think about when you're doing your build photography, I guess we could call it. If you're trying to get like good photos for your build, you got to think about the photos as you're kind of making your build, you know? Think about like, how are you going to do the photo? And how can I put those details into the build in a way that they'll be seen in the photo, if that makes sense. And then if we get the smallest kind of rod, just get it going through each of these, we'll get a nice kind of cable look. I'll do the fabric texture, and I'll get like a light color like this. That works. I think I'll get 2 going like this. Can I make them thinner? I wonder if I should make them thinner. I'll make them thinner. And then we'll do 2 more for each kind of rail. I don't know if I'm actually going to build the tracks or not. I am thinking about it, but again, it's not really in view for what I'm imagining the photo would be. And again, this is more of a diorama type thing. Although I could maybe put a train. Because I could put a fake train with no wheels, and you would just see the top of it from the ground, and that would look really cool. I gotta remember I'm making custom cars, though. I'm probably going to delete the Evo, if I'm being honest. It's not even that good. Like, if I need plot data, which I probably will soon enough. Not soon enough. I've still got plenty, but this will definitely be the first one to go. Because I'm a much bigger fan of the MR2. And look how chopped this thing is. Like, if you're to run your fingers along this, you get cut up, bro. Look at the sharp edges. It looks so buns. I don't know what it is, but there's people in Bloxburg that are just absolute gods at building organically shaped cars. Like, I could build like a BMW E30 or something boxy like a Volvo 240. But that's like a modern 90s car. And anything past like 90s, 80s has very, very bubbly organic shapes. I can't do that, as you can tell. I'm definitely more in tune with the boxier. That's why I'm kind of planning on replacing this with an S13, maybe making a Honda Acti K truck for our little garage right here. And dude, I'm really debating on putting a train up there. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it could be a really cool detail. Oh yeah, look at that. I love that. I might get some wires or like piping going along this. Again, added detail. Looks kind of cool. Like, I want it to be a diorama. You can only see what the photo has. But I also want it to be, like, able to be walked in, if possible. Like, it's a interactable diorama. You can walk around in it, even if it's just, like, a little section. Oh, that looks so fire. And then I'll go to the lighting section, right? And we'll get stuff like this right here around where our kind of power thing is. I just can't tell if this one makes more sense or the other one. The nice part about this one is it has that symbol on it. That, like, electrical symbol, which looks really cool. Can you guys see the vision? You got the detail, the railroad bridge, the custom cars. You can see into the garage. I'm really loving how this is kind of structured so far. I do feel very guilty about not having anything on the other sides. But again, it's a diorama kind of thing. It's a scene. I think I'm going to do cracks and stuff. Some plants, too. One-sided decal. I'm not going to get too many cracks, because this isn't the abandoned city. This is literally just like a regular street. But I need to make it look a little worn, because it's not like a nice street. It's just like a small road you would randomly drive on. But there's your one-sided. Let me do a little more. One-sided decals. This side will be two-sided decals. I really want to get a variety of plants if I can, but that might be easier said than done. I need to look for trees. I need to look for everything, really. I'm going to start off in the creator marketplace looking for plants. A lot of people ask me, how the hell do you find stuff? So I'm just going to do this with y'all. That one could work. That could work. Nothing too dense. That's a good one right there. That's also a good one right there. That's a good one. There's no real strategy to looking for decals. Like, I just search up a word and I scroll and then I find stuff. That's kind of how I do it. A lot of these are too clean. That's a good one. I don't want like a rich person's bush. I'm looking for like something you'd find beside a building or behind a building. That's what I'm looking for. Could start looking for some other stuff like stains. Not really blood stains, but like dirt stains is what I was looking for. Stuff like this. Drippage. Pause. Some of this could go on our road. Some of this could go under our bridge. Some of this could go on buildings. It's really all up to y'all. I'm just looking for stuff I could put on my buildings and stuff. Bars. That's not really a bar, but you know what I mean. Got rust. I'm going to put these on our wall. There's a lot more plant decals I want to get, but I'm just going to get them from like Pinterest and from YouTube, because people will deadass upload like YouTube compilations of plants. Problem with a lot of these grass decals is they're too green. Like, it's some of the most green grass I think I've ever seen. I need stuff like this. Kind of green, kind of like dryish looking. A lot of it's too lush and too vibrant. I just need like plain old grass, something along the lines of that. I also need bushes. We're definitely getting a nice number of decals here, holy. I'm gonna place 3 more. I need good vine decals. Like, these are like hanging from a telephone wire or something. I need something that'll like look like it's climbing up a wall. Like that. That looks like it's climbing up a wall. Because if I use that and combine it with the stuff that's like hanging, I can make it look like it's climbing up the side of a building. Which is perfect. But I'm not finding much of the two, I must say. I don't have a real good grasp on what I should be doing first. I can't tell if I should do like grime first or if I should be doing plants first. I might do plants. Nah, I'll do details. Like power and stuff. Like cabling, pipes, stuff like that. I'll do that first. Because the thing about plants and... Now we'll do cracks first. Details and cracks. Because if you do plants first, it's really hard to get details down even after you got your plants down. Because decals take up a lot of space and you're not going to be able to see the detail you're trying to place with that on the ground. Just get a bunch of the decals I made as well. I love these. Super easy to make in Photoshop and they look quite alright in Bloxburg. And the damage, it's very variating or very versatile. There's stuff that's very damage and then there's stuff that has like very little damaging. So like you can really mix, you know, your damage decals. This is very similar to the convenience store I made. Just making like a quick Juliet balcony. I think that's what it's called. Where it's just like a fence on a window type thing. I'm gonna do a very, very basic, small kind of house. Similar to the stuff we did on the Abandoned City. It's almost exactly like the stuff we did in the Abandoned City now that I look at it. But some stuff like that. So like that's cool enough. I'm gonna get a couple tall windows. The same height as that. They're not gonna be Juliet balconies though. They're just gonna be something simple like this. Nice little detail. Over here, I want to do something similar if I can. I'm gonna have to make this really skinny for a second, just so I can measure the size. Because here, I want to make it a little taller. I'm gonna have a window here, a window here. That works. Do something like this. Plain and simple. We're gonna put structurals around our stuff here. So our windows, not our Juliet balcony door, because that already has a structural on it. That's the thing, because look at this. See how there's two edges? This already has two edges. You don't need to put structurals on the sliding door, because it kind of already looks like it has some. That's a nice little hack for saving plot data. If you want to save, just don't put anything on your sliding door, because it's really not needed. I actually might make these a little skinnier. These are going to have a little thing on them, like a little awning or roof or something. I don't know what it is exactly. I'm also going to lighten this up a bit. Dude, I'm loving how this is looking. The cars really don't match though. This Evo is way too yellow for this dull environment. I feel like an S13 would look so much better. I never use this door, so I might as well try it. That's another piece to our puzzle. Might do something with this now. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm so, like, stumped. Kind of want to get, like, a roof right here. Get a gable on this. Just out of curiosity, how many of y'all go to antique shopping? Because that's probably, like, one of my favorite things to do. Other than thrift shopping. I love thrifting. But I also love going to antique stores. Because you find gold there, bro. Not literally, but, like, you'll find some really cool stuff. I'm going again soon for my birthday. And I'm really hoping to find either posters or maybe like a steering wheel. Because in the background of my face cam, I have a blank wall. And I really want to hang something up. And the first thing that came to mind was a steering wheel and just posters. So I'm hoping to find either. Which I'm sure I will. Well, I'm not sure, but I hope I do. Might get a Juliet balcony right here. I also wouldn't mind decorations just like for my room. Because my walls are just white and plain. I really want to get like some sort of decor. I don't know what though. I just want something to really bring out some personality on my plain white walls. Put the front door to this place like right here. I don't know if I'm going to do the same door. I might do something different. Are they too similar? It almost looks like one big house. I don't know what color to make it though, other than that. Maybe like a light pink? Hurricane gray, possibly? But like, we'll finish these houses, and after these houses, I think I'll move on to cracks, dirt stain, anything that makes a boring wall not boring. You know what I mean? Ooh, I shouldn't put the front door here. It should be on this side. And this driveway should be for the other people that are in the pink house. Just realized that. I'm gonna run in here real quick and turn my light off. Because I don't want these producing light, but I do want them there for decoration. Because they look cool. But like, that's all of our basic buildings done. And this is kind of our basic street done. This is gonna have a ton of plants. Like, this garden is gonna be out of control. Gonna get some in here. A bunch in here, a bunch along here. Like, there's a lot we gotta do still, but I am loving the look of this so far. I think this looks pretty damn cool. Is this fire? I feel like this is a really good base. How much plot data are we taking up? 26? Plenty of data for Other details. I'm loving the look of this so far. I can't help but think this building is too bright in color, though. I think I'm going to delete the Evo and start getting a bunch of cracks and grime in here. I want to do cracks and grime and all that doodlebob stuff before we do, you know, 140k. Get that out of here. I want to do our cracks and grime and all that kind of stuff before we do whatchamacallit. Why can't I think of the word I'm trying to use? Cracks and grime before we get plants. There we go. I'm going to start with this. This is going to go mostly on our garage, but I'm also going to kind of move it around to some other buildings if I can. Kind of see the subtle difference that these cracks make. We're just going to get these around on all these buildings, or these houses. We'll get some on our auto shop as well. Only the concrete parts, though. Yeah, these make a big difference. I really like these decals. If you want to use these, you can go on my decal account. It's called BLCK Decals. You'll find plenty there. Not everything, though. I should probably mention that. You're not going to find everything there. But you'll find things that may be useful, like these cracks. I don't make everything. It's probably something I should mention. There is some stuff I get from Crater Marketplace. It's such a simple little house, but I really like it. I don't know why. There's just something about it that I really like. Maybe it's the simplicity that I like. But you can kind of see the difference that's making. I'm going to get a bunch on our concrete area down here, as well as our bridge. Again, only invisible spots, because I need to save plot data for spots that are visible. And again, it's a diorama. It's a scene. Only going to focus on what's really necessary. I wonder if I should be making this more flat. Is that better? That is better, isn't it? It matches the environment better if it's this kind of flat red. Not only that, it makes it look older and kind of bleached from the sun. Because I do want to make a car that's like under a tarp. I don't know if it's going to be the MR2 or if I'm going to make it... I could do a Bloxburg car. I don't know. No, I shouldn't. If I'm going to do a car, it has to be custom. Because it's my most realistic build yet. Like, I'll recolor our custom car quick. And then after that, I forgot what it's called, but there's... Oh, the road cracks, yeah. Forgot about road cracks. The thing is, though, if I'm making this car older, should I be adding grime to it? The same way I added grime to, the walls and stuff? I'm really thinking about it, I'm not gonna lie. Because these are cars that are getting repaired. They're not pristine. And I think I can make them look like they're getting repaired if I make them look older. So before I do road cracks, what I might do is bring our MR2 over here. It's one of my dream cars, by the way. I know the video I made was building my dream car. And I did like an RX-7. I've changed. I don't think the RX-7 is really my dream car anymore, I'm not gonna lie. Especially after I heard about the reliability. Rotaries are a little bit buns. I'm not gonna lie. Even just stuff like that, it looks like rust. Let me cook. Stuff like the garage and the bridge are gonna be caked in grime. That's where most of our grime's gonna be going, is the bridge and the garage. The houses are fine how they are. Minimal damage. They're still normal. Nothing wrong with them, really. But the garage as well as the bridge are going to be taking some heavy hits. And then, what was the other one? This one? And then after we do the grime on the garage and the bridge, I think I'll move on to the road. Now look at that. It's like some mysterious liquids dripping down the bridge. Something just flew past my ear. It sounded like a helicopter. Bro, that scared the life out of me. You guys ever get really big-ass bugs flying by you and it just sounds like military warfare? Golly, yo. Imagine being a bug and, like, a hornet pulls up on you sounding like... Yo. I can't even imagine being a bug, bro. Like, imagine you're an ant and you're just working for your queen and then you hear what sounds like a helicopter fly overhead. You know how terrifying that probably is? Nah, being a bug... That's crazy. I'm I'm gonna add this to our bridge as well. You can kind of see the effect that makes. I'm gonna try and make our shapes invisible. Having the kind of bush decal or the vine decal in front of the actual wall makes it look a lot more real because like illusions and stuff. I don't have a scientific answer for it. I'm gonna add grime and stuff to... Oh, it's not gonna let me, is it? Okay, I'm gonna replace these with basic shapes then. Because the nice part about this is I can actually put decals on it. Does it take up more plot data? Yeah. It's not a big deal though. Simple little grime texture, but it really adds a lot. Nice part about being on the beach plots is there's no background to this. I could totally Photoshop like a city behind this. And I feel like that would be fire. So I think I might do that. No, it's not clickbait. It's part of the image, y'all. It's part of the image. But now I'm going to use this vine kind of thing that I made. Gonna get this all over the place. If I can find the source block again. Because I want to get it on this side too. On the front. Get like 3 maybe. That might be a bit much, but we'll try it. Yeah, because we could also do this and kind of get it above the ceiling. Or the roof. So the nice part about these for roads is they're very subtle. And they don't make the road look like it's falling apart. They're very, very good for like just making a normal road less boring. Which I love. But if we wanted to, we could also get like some stuff that does make it look a little more damaged. Why not? Just to break it up a titch. That one's too much. It's gotta go. But all these other ones are quite alright. Like if we just do this, you can already see the effect that's making. Some of these I will get rid of this one. Because again, some will look really repetitive if used too much. I'm also not going to put any on our garage padding yet. Or like, what is that called? Our lot. Because I can't put like lifts or anything there if there's decals there. The roads are done. I'm not going to put anything else on the roads. So that's why I'm kind of doing the road decals. But anywhere else, no, not yet. See the difference that makes? That looks like a real road now. I might add our like vinery to another spot. Again, if I can find the source block, which will be easier said than done. There we go. I'm going to get it over here too, because there will be trees and stuff in here. Sometimes I wonder, like, should I be trying to make maps for, like, roleplay games? I'm not talking, like, Bloxburg, but I'm talking, like, Greenville roleplay and stuff. Like, do you think I can make maps for them? Well, maybe not Greenville, but, like, any RP game that needs maps that match my style. Like, this grimy style. Like, I really wonder, like, should I be trying to make maps in Studio and, like, giving them to devs if they want them? Maybe that could be a video. But I really like the look of this. I'm in desperate need of grime on that railing part up there, which is annoying because it's not going to let me do that unless I do this. Fire or buns? I'm kind of thinking fire. I can really see the vision now. Look at that. It really needs trees and gardening and grass. Which I will get when I get, like, stuff on the garage lot. Because I'm going to get cracks and I'm going to get, like, weeds growing through them, too. But there's also a couple other ground decals I want to get. These are very, very noticeable, I guess is the right word. These have a lot of damage on them, so I want to place these, like, individually, if I can. Yeah, like you see. Get one there, maybe one by our bridge, and that's it. Because Japan's roads are very well maintained. And even what I have now might be too much. I think the next thing I need to do is plants. I'm not necessarily done the cracks, because again, I need to put a bunch on this like lot. But I'm going to be building custom cars right here. And putting decor here. So either I do plants next, or I do that next. And I'm not entirely sure which one to do. But for now, I'm going to be putting curtains and like blockades in our windows, or at least windows that won't have an interior, which is most of these. I love doing these, man. They look so good. You can't really do them on an interior though, They're more just to make, like... They're more for exterior purposes. Like, you're making the outside of a building look good by putting a little something on the inside. That's the best way to put it. Look at that. Look at the difference that makes. I love that. I'm going to do that on the other houses, and then I might take a break before I do my, my plants. Bro, this bug's been flying around my head for so long now, I'm going to rage. He needs to buzz off. No pun intended. Haha. Get it, guys? I love the wires on this train line, too. I do wonder if I should get power lines, but the problem with power lines is, where do they go after they run into a bridge like this? Do they just stop? I mean, theoretically, I could get one here that just connects to all the buildings. It ends there. I've made some gravel and kind of sandy, not sandy, gravel and grassy decals for like the driveways and stuff. I've got a bunch from Creator Marketplace as well. I'm just looking for anything kind of like gravelly, grassy, you know? This is one I made. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we'll try it. Might not have made the opacity great on this, but we're going to try it anyways. This driveway is kind of fine. I will do a little bit of wear and tear to it, but this one's beside grass, and I want to make the grass spread onto the actual driveway. And it kind of blends in, which is nice. It doesn't look awful. I mean, it's not great. It could definitely be better, but I'm cool with it. I'm not entirely sure how good this is, but it will help when we get actual grass, like not just this image. This image is just like a gradient, right? Is this fire? It definitely helps. I need to do some more with this corner for sure, but like, I'm seeing it come together. I really hope all these bushes aren't too yellow, because I've got like one green one, which is this one, and then they're all kind of yellow. I'm gonna start getting some vines in our garage. I've got quite a few variants. Some may be used, some may not. These are vines that are growing up a wall, so I could get these around like here. Stuff that's hanging, I'll put on like the pipes and stuff. It's like a very big mix, you know? There's no real right way of doing this. It's just place as many plants as you can and hope it looks good. That's the real hack or strategy behind this. And Capto, I apologize in advance, bro. Because golly, this is looking pretty rough. I really hope these aren't too overgrown. This is what the actual house in my reference looks like, though. Like, their front garden is literally a jungle. It's literally a jungle, bro. No offense. If they're watching this. Probably not. I think literally 0.2% of my viewers are from Japan. I could probably figure that out right now. Hold on. Audience. Countries. Japan. Lifetime. 0.0% of my viewers. But there's 4 hours of watch time. So there is someone out there that's watching from Japan. If you are, yo, let me know if this is accurate or not. It probably isn't, but like... Hey, so I thought that counts, right? The nice part about these is I could put them in the ground, too, if I don't want them to be this tall. Like, look at that. This might sound a bit unnecessary, but I do want to do some crazy lore for this. I was planning on building a person leaning up against the S14 I'm going to build later on. And they're going to be on their phone, like they're calling someone about their car. And honestly, this might sound kind of crazy, but I was honestly debating on asking somebody to voice act that person. Because, you know, you guys know how I make, like, a YouTube short for my builds, and it's, like, kind of like a mini-movie? I was gonna, like, ask someone to do dialogue for that character. I still don't know if I'm gonna do it. Because it's not easy to find voice actors, I know that much. I'm not gonna put anything in there for now. I'm gonna do trees first before I put vines in there. I need to get vines on the actual building, which is really difficult for some reason. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Quite pleased with this. I do think it needs some more. I might actually get some of our, like, grassy, whatever this decal is. I don't even know what the name of it is. I think I just called it... No, this isn't one I made. It's like a grassy patch. I think we can get some of these on our roof to help with, like, the vining, overgrown look. Could even maybe get some on our walls, too. Who knows? Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for right there. Perfect. I keep wondering though, could I fit something like this in there? This one's very wide though, that's the problem. I gotta be able to transform it in a way that's not really on our bridge. Or at least like it's visible on our bridge from down below. That works. I also want to get that yellow tree, tall skinny yellow one, right here, just so there's some variety in the leaf colors. Could also copy and paste them behind, just so there's some layering. And you could also lift them up, so it kind of looks like there's like a bunch of trees behind. That works. Keep wondering if I should get one right here though. That's literally under the bridge though, that's the problem. Could maybe get another yellow one in this garden. Nah, we'll do it over here. Could get one here. I'm gonna have to check my plot data again after this. Get one like here. There you go. What are we looking like? There's no way it's going up that slow. I should probably wait a bit for it to load, but I don't feel like waiting, so I'm gonna take a risk and do a little more fooling around. Something that's mandatory at any shop is foldable furniture. It's used everywhere, bro. I'm gonna go through the decorations tab and look for any possible decor that I don't need to make custom. So pallets and stuff, bricks, stuff like that. And then after, I may or may not start decorating this lot, which also means making the custom cars soon, which is quite exciting, because I am very hyped to make those custom vehicles. Might also have the back of this facing out, because I kind of like the look of the back better. I'm just not realizing there's this gross decal right here, too. Because I am going to put a lift around this as well, so I need to be careful about where I'm placing stuff. I mean, I can move it, but, like, I'd prefer to not have to move it, you know? We could totally have a mechanical update. Not just for cars, but, like, garage stuff. Like, just straight garage stuff. Tools, like breaker boxes, stuff like that. Even basement stuff would be really cool. Can maybe even categorize that as, like, an industrial update or something. Oh, I forgot. I need to make a custom AC unit. Almost forgot. Simple and easy. Has the look I'm going for, too. Yeah, and this will just go right up here. Subtle little detail. You can't even really see it. I'm looking at it. I also want to get some pallets leaning up against the wall here. Again, this is what I mean by the MR2 kind of getting in the way. That looks kind of cool, though. I do like that. What's our plot data looking like? 31. I can't help but wonder if we should start our S13, because we have no idea how much room that's going to take up. For the S13, I do have a decal. A few decals, actually. Because I'm planning on making this as accurate as possible. And to do that, I got some decals for it. I just pray that they're scale. Front and rear. Side 1. Side 2. Top 1. Top 2. Bang. I should probably get some two-sided ones too. So what I'm going to do first is actually make a person character thing. Same way I make zombies. Because what I did for this, to get it as scale as possible, I went into a Roblox game, measured my avatar, and I'm going to try and build it according to the scale of that game. Because I also took screenshots. If I go here, S13, that's the scaling. That's how wide it needs to be. These are my arms. I've also gotten, like, the side, all that stuff. And what I'm going to do, where's my game? There it is. We're going to scale the decal the same way I scaled these screenshots. With the mannequin, not me. So there's our mannequin. Here's our rear. Ignore the watermark. I can't remove that. Well, I can, but there's no need. The car should be about that wide. Yeah, and it's about as tall as my avatar, so I think that's about right. I make it a tiny bit skinnier. And that should be the size right there. And this is 8.5 by 5.75. So that should be the front to match. That's actually a good length right there. That might be our car. Because that's our S13 right there. So what I'll do is I will use this to kind of gauge shaping in width. And then I'll use this to gauge shaping in length. So start off, I'll get like a convex, or should I start off with the bottom? I might start off with the bottom. This also might be scale because it's about the size it would be beside the MR2 and beside this Bloxburg car, so I'm not complaining. And then after we do the body, I'll do the bottom, and hopefully we'll be able to attach the two. I really hope we can attach the two. So far, so good, though. It doesn't look awful. It'll fit with the MR2. It's the same kind of style. I made sure to make it shiny because I want this to still be like a new car in the lore. The owner just had to come to the shop to repair it. And you'll see more of the lore when the actual YouTube short kind of story thing comes out. But that's not for a while, so don't worry about that right now. It's one of my favorite parts about these videos, is making the lore. Quick and simple, easy greenhouse. It kind of makes it look like there's an interior when there actually isn't, which I love. Very simple little hack. Sucks, because I'd love to have a car like this in real life. Like a 240 SX. But, dude, the price of some of these cars is actually outrageous. Like, these are 30-year-old vehicles. And their value purely runs on, I don't even know what it's like, just demand. And them being kind of overrated, which kind of sucks. Although me saying I want one of these is kind of contributing to the overratedness, but you get what I mean. Looking a lot more clean now. Once we get our headlights and mirrors and stuff in here, this is going to look even better. It might be a good idea to make some license plate decals too, that I could add onto the S13 and the MR2. And maybe even the Honda Acti I'm going to add later. Because I still want to do like a little truck that they'd use to haul parts. So yeah, I think I'm going to take a quick break. It's like 5 o'clock and I stream on my Twitch channel soon. So I will be back soon. And when we come back, we'll finish the S13. I'll have some decals for it. And maybe we could even start our little K truck too. So I'll see you guys then. My goal for today, it's 1 o'clock right now. I think I'm going to build for 4 to 5 hours. I really want to get this done and maybe even the Honda Acti done, the K truck. And then tomorrow, either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'll be out of the house. So, but if I finish the S13 and the K truck today, I can literally just focus on the Civic after. Like, that's all it'll be. It'll just be the Civic. Plus the interior to the garage. But still, like, I think that's a good target to be shooting for today. To finish the S13 and the K truck. As well as, you know, get all the decals on the two of them, too. My decal account almost got banned, by the way. And I'll show you what decal it almost got banned for. It said directing users off the platform, right? I got a sudden warning and it said, continue doing this, you'll get banned. I got in trouble for this. This little thing right here. Acti 12 valve 660. Apparently this right here, this little part right here, is directing users off of the platform. And I almost got banned. Roblox, bro. And they're flipping, what is it called? That AI moderation, dog. They gotta get it out of here. They gotta get it out of here, man. We can't rely on AI for moderation. It'll never work. I don't know why they keep trying, but it's never gonna work. I mean, it's better to have that than no moderation, but still, dog. It's not nice. I'm gonna make some fenders real quick. gonna do 4-spoke wheels, which might sound really weird, but trust the process. That's all I can say. So we'll do that. Make sure it's centered. Get 2 more. And we're gonna use these other 2 to get a triangular kind of shape. I'm gonna thin this even more, actually. So theoretically, okay, let's try this. We'll do 1. Okay, wait, that's not gonna work. I can already tell. We need to do this. This is different than what I was originally trying to do, but I'm really curious to see how this would look. But if it doesn't work, I do have another option. We'll do that. Get our 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then our in-betweens. If we rotate this sideways, let's see what this looks like. Is that fire? What if I got, like, and then a center cap? Let's try putting this on the S13 and see what it looks like. I could see it being fire, but I could also see it being buns. It's also different, which I like. I like it when stuff is different from, like, the norm. Really like to experiment with stuff like this. Okay, something I've realized. The tires are too thick, so we'll make the tires thinner. That way we could also get more rim. We'll go down that much. I just hope I won't have to do much changing to the rim now. I might walk around this real quick. It is scale. This is scale compared to my avatar, which is perfect. The question is, does it look whack beside the MR2? Because this is like 30 inches longer than the MR2 in real life. No, it's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, I'm glad. Holy. Because the MR2 I just built for fun. I didn't even use decals like I did here. I just winged it. So there was kind of a risk of it not being accurate, but I'm relieved after seeing that. So we're going to put our rims on, then our decals, and then we'll do the Honda Acti. Holy shit. The Honda Acti will probably be a big time lapse because these are very time consuming, and I've learned that people aren't really interested in watching custom cars get made. So the Civic and the Acti will probably be mostly time lapse. I am very excited to put the decals on this, though, I must say. Again, I'm just praying that they're not too corny. So 4 degrees, bang, and then we'll do that. I think that's quite fire. Oh my god, dude. Look how good that looks. I am very pleased with that. Okay, so now we just gotta do our stickers, as well as like keyholes and stuff. Again, if you're making custom cars, bro, feel free to check out my decal account, BLCK Decals. I'll help you find some stuff right now. These are all the stickers I just made. I'm gonna go really far back. Dealership. Where's the keyholes and stuff? Alright, here we are. Keyhole, right there. I'll steal the indicator as well. Is that all I need? That's all I need. And then if I go back to the beginning, we've got all of this. Yeah. Wait, I actually don't need all of these. I just need the ones that I'm going to put on the S13. So, this plate, Sylvia, Nissan. I really hope these look good. Because, golly, bro. I can't really make a vehicle look tuned. That's one problem. Like, I can't make it look like it's been tuned. Like, visibly from the outside. The only thing I can do is, like, give it new rims, different exhaust, and that's kind of what I did. Like, this doesn't look stock, which is good. But what also really helps is stickers. You can put cleared, like, taillights, too. Like, you're really limited by your own creativity. But here's all of our decals. I've also got banners that could go on the windscreen. In the lore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a person leaning up against the S13, and it'll be a girl, and she'll be the owner of the S13. That's the lore. And she's trying to get that shit repaired ASAP. The MR2, I don't know, maybe it's the shop owners. You guys can figure out the rest. All I know is that a girl's trying to repair her S13 as soon as possible. And that's about it, really. The other thing I worry about this, though, is the Achu usually means a turbo, not an exhaust. And I'm kind of putting this by the exhaust. But maybe it's fine, I don't know. But there's that. Could also get some on the MR2, but the MR2 is, like, out of commission. It's, like, rusty. So I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I think we can go get our S13 over there. Is this floating? It kind of is, isn't it? Oh, wait, no. Simple fix, simple fix. We'll lower the source block even more. We'll go down, like, there. Because I thought the wheels were detached, but... yeah, now it's actually on the ground, and we can literally put this anywhere we like. It does look a little bit bright, though, doesn't it, in this environment? It might darken the green... Whoa! Okay. That was a delay. We'll darken it a little bit so it matches the environment better. There you go. Cool. Which way should I have it? Maybe here? Hard. I like that. Question is, do I do the Honda Acti right now, or do I decorate the garage? I'm kind of debating on doing the Acti right now. The same size as the S13s. I need to make sure. Actually, what I should do, just give me this, and then I'll copy and paste it. K vehicles use yellow with black text. Regular vehicles that, you know, your mom would drive use, like, white with green text. Commercial vehicles, I believe, use black with yellow text. And then there's something else. I don't remember. But I did my research, because that's part of getting, quote-unquote, my most detailed build yet. I really hope this is my most detailed build yet. I actually don't know if it is, but I'm hoping it'll end up being my most detailed build yet. It should, because I'm really locked in right now. But if it doesn't end up being it, I'm sorry. And then there will be a lot of trial and error with this, or a lot of time put into this, because decorating this whole thing is going to be a lot more difficult than it sounds. But it's really late. I was planning on doing some decorating today, but I don't think I can anymore. So instead, I'm going to take a break, come back on tomorrow, we'll do some decorating in our lot, and then maybe we could do our EF Civic. I'm much more open to doing the Civic now that I know it's literally the exact same size as this. Well, in length, at least. Not in height, but in length. So I could just steal the chassis from the MR2 and then, you know, make my Civic that way, but I am absolutely loving how this is looking. This may or may not be my best build yet, which is the goal of the video. I mean, I was aiming to make this my most realistic build yet, and here we are. I could theoretically copy and paste the K-Truck into another one of these driveways and just change the headlights to make it look like another type of K-Truck. I just realized that, so I might do that. Another thing is I could probably add mirrors to these cars, just for a little more extra realism. So those are some things I'm going to do. I'm actually going to write these down. So I'm going to get off. I will see you guys when I come back on. The taxi update just came out probably 5-10 minutes ago, and I'm trying it out. I will get to building in a minute. I gotta say, like, normally I would do fast food worker, but there's something that they've been doing lately with these, like, jobs, and they make it... Oh, that's good. I just got promoted. They'll put items in the promotions, and it will be so far back. Like, just to get the taxi car, I gotta get to level 45. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I spend probably about 80% of my week just building and editing the video. And I can't even use any of these cool items because I'm gonna have to grind for them. Like this public payphone, I would totally use that. Same with this newspaper dispenser, but I gotta grind this taxi job. But the only thing I worry about is when the hell am I gonna grind? Because I don't have a lot of time on my hands. Because I'm also approaching my the end of my semester in schools too. So I'm just trying to think, like, should I bother trying to unlock this stuff, or should I just continue making it custom? Because I don't know how long this is going to take to grind. I mean, it took me 4 days of grinding, probably about, I don't know how often I was doing it, maybe 6 hours a day. No, I was doing 4 hours a day for probably about a week to get to 25 for the teacher job. I don't know if that's just the exact number, but it's around there. And the teacher job is only halfway. It goes to 50. I got to 25 with like 16 hours of grinding. And I'm just going to state my opinion real quick. I think that's too much. That's way too much time. I feel like I should have been max level with that much grinding. Like, that is very, very slow progression. And I'm only doing this to unlock the new items. I'm not doing this for the money. So, like, if you really think about that sort of progression, the fact that I'm doing this just for the items, not for the money, and like every 5 to 10 levels you get a new item. Dude, that's really slow progression. That's just my opinion though. I'm gonna go build. There are a couple items that I could use in this update. They added some Scandinavian furniture, which is pretty cool. They added a new hat, like a taxi hat, which I can't use. You have to unlock it, I believe. And I've come to terms with something. I didn't mention this last night because it pained me so much, but I made this K-truck way too big. To put it into perspective, this K-truck is supposed to be half the size of this S13 in length. Let me line this up properly. The K-truck is supposed to be the height of the S13 and like half the length. It's literally the size of the S13. So this thing is massive, and I gotta delete it. Because this is my most realistic build yet. I am not going to be lazy, alright? If I mess something up, I am not going to leave it the way it is. What I'm going to do instead of a K-truck is I'm going to make, let me find my reference, a Nissan Condor. I think this makes a lot more sense as it's a tow truck, and this is a shop made for repairing vehicles and tuning vehicles. So they would use this to maybe transport a car to someone's house after tuning it. And that's like S-tier service. So we're going to build this instead. It pains me to get rid of that Honda Acti, but hey, it is what it is. Am I right? Or am I right? It's going to be as wide as the S13, maybe a little wider. I'm going to use this to measure. I'm not going to make decals this time. That'll be the cab, the size of the cab right there. And then the trailer, the flatbed on the back, will make this wide. I'm probably just gonna build and vibe out, so I'll just see you when this is done, I guess, or until I talk to y'all next. I'm gonna need your guys' opinion on something in a minute. If we take a look at this vehicle right here, the S13, as well as the MR2, these are the two most recent custom cars I have made. The S13, bang, holy lag, look at that, got that, as well as the MR2. Now, if we look at these vehicles, right, take a good look at them. Now, if I go back to my channel, hold the phone, this was the first custom car I ever made. Do we see improvement? Whoa, do we see improvement? I kind of do and I kind of don't, I'm not gonna lie. Wheels are god-awful, I've noticed. It's also out of scale, it's too wide. But when I look at this, I don't know, I need your guys' opinion on it. Did I improve or did I not? Because I can't tell. I'm also gonna adjust the Sylvia's headlights real quick. That's better. I feel like I have, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, it feels like I have, but at the same time, it also feels like I haven't. I can't explain that feeling. Okay, I'm gonna finish our Nissan Condor. We're making really good progress. I'm doing the wheels right now. Oh, it's right here. It's turning out quite alright. I'm gonna give this thing black rims, because I feel like that's a little bit quirky, a little bit different. I've got to say, right after I realized the K-Truck was way too big, I got extremely demotivated. But, like, now, bro, I feel better than ever. Holy shit. Because I am just grinding out this Nissan Condor, which I didn't even know was a vehicle at first. Like, I am locked in, bro. Oh my god. Like, the K-Truck was super demotivating. But then I looked at, like, how much I've done so far, and I was like, damn. Am I really going to get this demotivated over that mistake? I mean, I did waste, like, 3-4 hours. No. It's like 2 hours of making that K-Truck. Just to realize it's not right. Is this good? Yeah, that's good. Which really sucked, but at the same time, like, dude, here I am building a whole new vehicle, and it's like, damn. Why was I demotivated? Okay, now I'm going to get the axles in. Or should I get the rims in first? Now we'll do the axle. There's a lot more I got to get on this. There's a cage that actually goes around the fuel tank and stuff, which I still need to do. Should be simple, though. Still got to do the headlights and mirrors, all that jazz. But honestly, I'm not even stressing. I feel great right now. Look at that. I feel like that's a lot better than our K-Truck, but it does need to be darkened a bit. It's very bright in color. So what I might do is color the whole thing like this, and then darken this a little bit more. On the real thing, there's a little antenna right here, so we'll add that. Bang. Make it thinner, maybe. I need some wires on this. I'll actually move it over here. I'm gonna steal some of these wires. That way we can like wire the lights up a little bit and make that look a little cool. So I've got our license plate, and I've got some other stuff too. I've got this vent, which could be used somewhere. I use that on the MR2. A keyhole. Our commercial plate, which should have loaded by now. It has. Commercial plate. And a little Nissan logo. And I'll just throw these onto our Condor. And then I might just move right on to doing the Civic. Because I just want to knock out all these custom cars. And then I just want to, like, just vibe out and freestyle the whatchamacallit, the garage. Because I do kind of want to do an interior, but at the same time, I don't know if I should. Because it's already a really dark inside. I could just keep it dark and partially furnish it. Like, just furnish the stuff you see type stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. I honestly think we can call this finished. I'm not going to lie. So how are we going to place this? I want to put it in here. But I don't know if I want the front peeking out or the back. I think it makes more sense for the back. Not the back. I think it makes more sense for the front to be peeking out. I'm going to turn the wheels like they left them turned to get in here. There's also a spare tire on this car. Or this truck, rather. I need to figure out where it is. Hold on. It's on the side with the fuel tank. Yeah, we're just going to put this thing right there. And then we get the tire, put it in the same spot. I'm just wondering, should I be griming this thing up a little bit or nah? Should I just keep it clean? Now we have a much better vehicle for this little garage. This fits a lot better. You know, they tow vehicles, you know, to repair them and stuff. A K-truck doesn't really make sense now I think about it, because a K-truck is for farm use. I don't even know if that would have the power to carry parts for, like, a car. Yeah, and this is scale to our truck, which is nice. And then I'll just steal the chassis, like the underneath of this, and use that to make a Civic. I'll just delete the body off of it. I'm still going to keep this. I'm just going to copy and paste. But I'm out of build mode right now because... Okay, that's actually not bad. Keep wondering if there's more I should be getting on our building, but I don't know what I would get up there. Might get a little more along here. Is this good back here? I mean, you're not going to really be back here, so that doesn't matter, but this looks good from here, right? Yeah. I'm still unsure about that flickering light. And then that's good. I think I'm going to make the Civic, and then we're just going to get into decorating. Civic is probably going to be a time-lapse, just like the... What do you call it was? So if I steal the MR2, snatch that right up. Holy shit, it's 160k. That's wild. We're going to bring it over here. They're the same height. Dude, I might be able to use a lot more of the MR2 than I thought. I'm going to delete all the decals that are on it. Dude, I might even be able to use the same bumper. I'm not going to lie. There you go. We're starting to actually get our Civic now. Don't need these fenders anymore. I'll put a sunroof, because they do have sunroofs sometimes. gonna get some decals down now. We still have some stickers that we haven't used, like all of these. I mean, we've used that one. Have we used Dive Bomb yet? No, we haven't. So the Dive Bomb banner will go on the Civic, as well as the Sakura stuff. So these 4 are our options. So this is what we're looking like right now. Good height, I'd say. Maybe a little bit shorter, but I could just lower it. The back is a bit weird. I don't know why. There's something off about it now that I'm looking at it. Or maybe not. It could be fine. It should be fine. What I'm going to do now is just put our decals on this thing. Okay, I don't know why, but the lights underneath don't match the lights on the roof at all. But for some reason, it looks kind of good. Do you guys see what I mean? Like, why is it they don't match, but they look good, you know? It's kind of weird. It could just be color theory. See, the shop has yellow lights, but I don't know. Yellow just seems weird to me. Well, yeah, especially if it's like that. But, like, if I did maybe cashmere, it matches the walls too much. Maybe I should just do, like, blank walls. Now, the problem is I want it to be dim in here. I don't want it to be too bright. You know what color we should do? Like a fluorescent green, maybe. And now we can kind of get away with doing any color we want. Maybe we do something like that, like subtle green. I feel like we could get away with that. Might darken it a titch. Because again, it's too bright. I want a quite dim room. That's the only way we're going to get a realistic look. It's very hard to make a brightly lit room and make it look realistic. That's fire. This is fire. Okay. Now, I want to take rods and connect our light beams here to the actual ceiling. Okay, I'm looking through the catalog right now. I am finding some good items. Like, this is all the stuff I found so far, and by the looks of it, it looks like it's filling our garage quite well, which is good. If I had another custom car, this would be light work to furnish, but there's no way in hell I'm doing another one. I don't even know if I have the plot data to do another one, so that is off the table for a bit. A lot of this can be used. I'm just worried, like, they wouldn't have a bike pump. Man. Fire extinguisher is a must. Probably that for some reason. Maybe that has a use or a function. It's looking full, which I'm quite happy with. But, like, gang, I really wish we had more garage decorations. I mean, the taxi update had some, but I gotta unlock them, bro. And the problem with that is I don't have time to grind. Okay, I think we're good for now. I could also use a wardrobe to make like a flammable substance closet. This is everything I've found, so I might start dispersing it. Just kind of. See, I feel like with this, it could go in like here. And that's kind of interesting. What would I use this little corner for? I have no idea. But it looks interesting. I'm probably gonna have to make some custom shop stuff too, like an engine crane and stuff. And that's part about the sticky notes in Bloxburg is you can't even read it. Like, it doesn't even look like any language. Like, it's very universal, so it's nice because I don't have to make a custom decal that's in Japanese. Because that could literally say anything. That could be like Minecraft enchantment table language for all we know. So that's like the details I like in Bloxburg. They make a lot of their stuff universal in terms of languages and like region. Like, we're not, Bloxburg isn't like USA. Like, it's just Bloxburg. Like, that's shit I love. Because you could literally make anything you want. You can make Bloxburg builds wherever you want. Or make them take place wherever you want. That's awesome, because it'd be harder to do that if, you know, Bloxburg did actually have, like, a place that it was set in. Which it doesn't, which makes this very easy. But, like, if I put my roof back on, yeah, buddy, this is looking a lot better. I need somewhere to put this railing, though. And, like, all this other stuff. Like, it's really, really crowded. But we'll figure something out. I also want to make a custom toolbox, if I can. I love decorating like this, man. You see how much I'm able to, like, throw into this just because it's such a small little build? Look how much detail I can just throw into this without a care in the world because of the size. I love it. I might try doing more of these because, like, I'm putting in just as much work as I would the Apocalyptic Hospital, but it's more condensed. It's like you have tungsten metal, which is really dense and heavy, because all the mass is more concentrated, you know what I mean? That makes it heavier in smaller sizes. And then you'll have something like aluminum, which is a lot lighter because of the opposite of the tungsten. It's more, the mass is more spread out rather than concentrated. I don't know if that's how it works, but you get what I mean, right? Like, aluminum would be the Apocalyptic Hospital because it's big and it gets its weight from being big. The tungsten, being this build, is the same weight as the Apocalyptic Hospital, but it's a smaller cube than the aluminum, which is the Apocalyptic Hospital again. That's the best way for me to describe this. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's kind of my analogy. That works. Dude, that looks like a UGC item. Should I quit YouTube and become a UGC creator, guys? Oh yeah, that's really good. I like that. That actually looks like hair. Like, the forehead was, like, way too Roblox. This actually looks kind of real now. And then you got, like, the ponytail at the back. Should I be a hairstylist, guys? Do you think I could cook? This will be our S13 owner. And they'll be standing, like, here on their phone, leaning up against their car. Bang. Fire. Now, for the mechanics, I'm probably gonna have 2, maybe 3. Take a swig of my tea. Bars. What the hell? I did not place this here, did I? That's really unsettling. Why is there just a head on the road, bro? I swear I do not remember putting that there. I'm gonna do some hair decals, which I'm not extremely excited for because I hate doing them. They take so long and they're so expensive. But it's for the build. It's for the build, guys. I'm gonna get 3 different hairstyles of different colors and different styles. You know what I mean? Oh, wait. I could be changing the flags, too. Hold on. Flags and posters. I'm gonna do that first. Oh, no, that works. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at the folds. Bro, that looks so real. Oh, my God. Look at that. The folds in the fabric. I really wish we could resize this, man. There'd be a lot more opportunity if we could resize it. Maybe one of the 3 mechanics should be a girl, too. Instead of just 3 dudes. That way we have 2 girls in the build and 2 dudes. Also makes it easier because now I don't have to go look for another decal. I would get a baseball cap on them. I mean, I probably could, but we don't have baseball caps in game. We have the conductor's hat and the taxi hat. Can you even recolor them though? I mean, yeah, but it kind of just looks like a police hat, no? What about the conductor's hat? I don't think you can color the conductor's hat. What the hell, bro? What's going on? No, you can't. Does that work? I don't like the checker. He looks like a cop more than he does a whatchamacallit. One thing I'm worried about is I don't know how well the hair is actually gonna fit onto the head. Well, I need some bangs. Maybe I'll steal the girl's bangs. That way the forehead isn't like Robloxy. That looks like a turd. I just realized. But we'll do this. Similar bangs to what the girl has. And then that could easily be... That could be a really big improvement right there. I could also make the hairstyle bigger, like the decal. That would help. I also feel like this should be lighter. So there's our 3 mechanics and our customer. Bang. Come here, buddy. I'll have to figure out where to put them and where to pose them. Or how to pose them, rather. But for now, I'm going to finish decorating the garage. I want to put actual tires and stuff on this, so I'm going to make it so I actually can. Is that hard? Or tough, rather? Is that tough, guys? I don't know how good the posing is. I mean, it's kind of wonk to me for some reason. I don't know, like... Might extend some of the limbs a little bit so they're not super choppy. Like, see how it gets rid of the chop when I do this? I wonder if I should be doing that for this arm. I need to do it for this one right here, though. I can't see anything, bro, and I can't go any lower. Or yeah, I can. I need to put this cube right there on that middle segment. Bam. See, now the limbs aren't like Roblox choppy, you know what I mean? Like, they're actually merging together more realistically. There you go. That works. One of the mechanics I just want sitting here, maybe having a smoke break or something. So to make a sitting pose, we do this. And just start off with the basic R6 sitting pose. Then we'll put him on the chair. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I actually have to start off with him just being like this. Part of the problem is this limb needs to be longer. Can I put this back on? I can. Perfect. I'm gonna move this limb, the thigh, I believe this is, so that when he's on the chair, it's gonna fit much better. Maybe he just has really good posture, and that's why he's so far forward in the chair. What should he be doing? Maybe writing? I'll put him closer to the clipboard then. So he's got to be leaning forward a little bit. Is what I'm doing now the same way you use Moon Animator? Or am I crazy? You know that plugin for Roblox Studio that a lot of people use to animate? I did say I was going to make this my most realistic build, so I'm going to give him the pen and make it look like he's actively writing. And then another thing I want to do with the S13 owner. A lot of car enthusiasts, including myself, even though I don't own a car, a lot of people will clip their keys to their, like, belt loop. And that's just aura, bro. That's unbelievable aura. Wait, is that narcissistic? Because I just said I do that. Anyways, it looks cool, in my opinion. Like, you gain aura points doing this, so I'm gonna give it to the S13 owner, because it looks kind of cool. It should be simple, too. If I just do this... Yeah, there you go. I don't know if I really like the noob keychain, though. Maybe I should put them on our side, so that you don't really see it, or something. I don't know. And I'll just do that to hide them. That's kind of fire. Excuse me. Where is the source block? There it is. Oh, they're just wearing leggings. Those don't really have... Who cares? Who cares? That's fine. You got Buddy over here writing the quote for her repair. Maybe she's calling like her teammate or something. Her racing teammate. Who knows? Telling them about the quote. What should these two be doing? Maybe one could be washing their hands. I'll make the girl washing her hands because her sleeves are rolled up. And that just made me realize I don't actually have soap here. There's our characters, or our, what do you call them? Characters, people, workers, subjects, actors, whatever the hell. They're there now. I'm gonna get various stains and cracks, and I need to put these on our garage lot. I'm gonna copy some of the cracks and stuff we have on our regular road, put them on our thingy. On our lot. You got that. Maybe that's from a previous oil change that went bad. Can get that inside too. Wish it was a little lighter and a little more faint, but it is what it is. And then around it for a bit of a gradient, I'll do this. Bro, I feel like this is really fire. I'm not gonna lie. We're definitely getting near the end now. I'm actually running out of things that I could add. I might add a couple of these red barberry bushes because it's very green. I feel like some red could be a nice pop. I'm going to get some grass and weeds coming out of some of these cracks. But I am loving this, dude. I might brighten it up in here a bit, actually. I do need some more posters, as well as decals for my posters. So I might do that. I might light up the 2 front windows. Or 2 front lights. Or no, the 2 rear ones. Or just that one by the character. Or the girl washing her hands. Maybe a little bit less bright. Because I don't want it too dark to the point where you can't really see the detail I'm putting in. I also want it, like, dark so that it's, like, you're not really seeing imperfections. Well, maybe not imperfections, but, like, empty spots. Having, like, dark areas will really help with under-detailed spots, as well as any mistakes you might have made and missed. But at the same time, it also covers up the detail you're putting in, which I don't think anyone would favor. What's in the news section again? I kind of want to get some plant pots around these houses. Maybe we could start with the eucalyptus. That's a vase, though. Happy New Year, by the way, guys. It's still 2025 for me. New Year's in like 2 days. So, you know. By the time you guys are seeing this, though, it's... Whoa. Kind of fire. Might use that somewhere. By the time you guys are seeing this, it's probably like halfway into January, though. Ooh, I know what I want to get. Hanging skates. What looks better? These do. I want to get these hanging from the telephone wire. Or one of them. Can maybe get some boxes in here, too. Because we got some of these outside. Also got, like, power boxes and city utility boxes. I don't know where I'd put these exactly, but I feel like they could be used somewhere. Maybe right here? I'm gonna walk in real quick. Oh, I forgot about this carpet. What the hell is different about this compared to the other ones? I don't understand, but... Oh, I've got those bushes, too. Wait, is there anything Where could I put these? I feel like I could get one or two around here. Oh, and I've got the barberry bush, too. Yeah, it looks good, and I like that. I'm gonna get one or two of these around here as well. I also feel like I should get more gravel grass transition decals too. Okay, now I might make a quick and easy template for the red bush, and then we'll get like a couple of those. Not many though, because they'll stand out a lot. And I don't want it to look like fall. This is like summer, prime time. This bush is only red because of the species or the kind. I actually have one of these in my backyard. It's called a barberry bush. In fall, they grow like red berries, and birds love to eat them. I had a bigger one at my old house. The one I have now is tiny, so it doesn't really grow many berries, but when they grow berries, birds absolutely fiend for them. Like, you'll go outside, you'll see like 4 fly out of the bush. Maybe even like 20, depending on how big it is. Can you guys hear my dog? My mom just got home and she's absolutely freaking out. My dog is obsessed with my mom. But I'm probably going to hop off in a minute to go greet my mother. Oh yeah, that's perfect. After I put a couple more of these bushes down. And then I'll come back on in a day or two, and that'll determine whether or not we need to add more or we just need to do our tour. I am very happy with how this is looking right now, though, I must say. I think that works, because how these work is, depending on the width of the car, you will widen them out like this, and then now a wider car could fit on there. That's kind of how that works. And these are kind of like jack stands. They'll go underneath the car's like main frame and push it up. So that's kind of the like lift that they have. That's kind of like the lift they have right there. I'm going to shorten this just a titch, like 0.3 should be good. It just needs to be slightly longer than what's underneath it. Maybe 0.35? Because if it's just slightly too big, it looks weird. Or at least to me it does. I do want this to look good. Like, even though this is more of a detail that's off the scene, it does create immersion in the scene when you're looking in a direction where there is no detail, so I do want to make it look good, because it is part of like the immersion and, you know, the like detail of the entire build. Like, is that too big for like a rivet? And we'll just do that, and now we can like copy and paste them like this. And then if we ever wanted to curve them, you just do this. Well, you'd probably do less of a curve than that, but like, bang, bang, kind of fire. I'm also gonna get like maybe a structural running along the back, just so it looks like it's actually attached. Just like this, and then we'll do this. It's not too high off the ground, is it? That looks really high. Hold on, what I might do, actually, hold on. I'm gonna lower this a tiny bit to like 2.7, because these are quite low to the ground, now that I think about it. Bam, there we go. And we'll just get it so it's like in the line of sight when you're looking at the road this way. So maybe like the end of these houses, the pink and the beige, because if you're looking at it from this way, you see how there's like a gap? I don't want you to be able to see that. So I'm just gonna do it enough so that it's like in your permanent line of sight, and then this will be finished. I said we're finished like probably about half an hour to 40 minutes ago, and then I realized a couple details I needed to add, so that's my bad. But I really want to take my time with this build, because I have a few weeks to do it, and I really want to give you guys what would be my most realistic build. That's the title of this video. And to make sure I do that, I need to like, I don't know if procrastinate is the right word, but like think about possible additions that can make a difference in this build. You know what I mean? Might get like a little street line right here, which is going to be difficult now because I have decals there. That could probably be a bit wider now I'm looking at it. I don't even know if this street really needs one because it's such a small little road. But I'll add one anyways. And there you go. That makes a big difference. Just trying to do a little more thinking. Is there anything else I can add? I might get another bush right here real quick. Again, I need to like try and cut off a lot of the under detailed. I don't want you to be able to see that. I need to cut it off the same way like a game would. And I think this is good right here. Another detail that I forgot is putting mirrors on our condor. I actually fully recorded the tour and everything. And then I remembered mid-edit during the video, I was like, damn, I forgot mirrors for a condor, so I'm gonna make some real quick, and then we can call this finished. There we go. Big old mirrors. I'm also going to do a bit of adjusting to our Sylvia headlights real quick. This is much more accurate, this indicator. I'm also going to get a bit of a angle on the front lights so it looks a little bit angrier. That is much more accurate. And now with these details in, I think we can finally commence our tour. For the second time. Well, you guys haven't seen the first time, but it's the second time for me. Starting off, you can see we have all of our side buildings. Very basic, very clean, beige. They've got grime and cracks to make them a little more interesting. Various details like pipes and stuff. Custom windows. I love how these turned out. They're simple, they're modern, but they're detailed. This one in particular is based off of the real thing that neighbors the auto shop. It has a very overgrown garden in the front. I love how this place turned out. It almost reminds me of my old house for some reason. But that's our first house. Over here we have a much larger house. We're going to look at that one next though. Behind it we have this pink house. This is the only part that's actually detailed. This is their driveway right here. It goes right alongside this house here. You can see there's plenty of trees, bushes. You got your walls with grime. Tons of grass. This isn't really like a low-income area, but it's very overgrown. And it's quite grimy in some spots, and that's what I love about it. So you have our mailbox, front door, gardening, and our pots. I don't know why, but terracotta pots by like the front door of Japanese houses is a very common theme I've noticed from like references. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. It looks cool. It's cozy. Got a bunch of bushes and vines in the corner there. And that kind of creates like a nice cozy little driveway. Got another house here. So our white house. So our other kind of like beige white house. It's a lot larger than our other one though. Got some shoes hanging from the telephone line. It's our telephone line, by the way. I'll show you that before. It actually connects to our other houses. Just like a basic Japanese utility pole. With custom street lights, you got your transformers and your lights. This one's flickering. Over here, you have the driveway to your larger house. I love this. It's so cozy. You got a little porch right here. You got a little porch right here. Some flowers. You got a Juliet balcony hanging up above. Little roof there. Got a luxury SUV because I don't want this place to look low income. The overgrownness is just part of the style. So you have a luxury SUV tucked into this gravel driveway. Tons of grime and overgrowth here. Got all your grasses and vines on your bridge. That's actually a train bridge, by the way. This train bridge would take you all over Japan, from like Kyoto to Tokyo, Osaka, all that stuff. As you can imagine, it's quite noisy for these residents. Got your lines, your electric lines, air ducts and all that stuff. You got a little access gate in there, power. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this house and like this kind of bridge area. I love this. I love this little driveway. It's so cozy. Got the gravel coming out over the sidewalk, kind of. And this grass to grime, not grass to grime, this grass to gravel decal transition is carrying this, bro. It looks so much better with this. I also use these trees in a way that blocks the under detail, the same way a game would. The trees are kind of like a border, and I think that looks quite alright. It looks like almost like a forest or like a very dense garden for the neighbor. Did the same thing here. You see it kind of goes back. This little side entrance, this is for like train maintenance, or maybe it's a side yard to the garage. Speaking of the garage, this is our auto shop. Over here you can see we have our Nissan Condor. This is what transports vehicles that aren't running and also delivers vehicles of the, more rich customers. Maybe they don't want to drive it here. Maybe they just want to get it transported here, tuned or repaired, and then transported back to their house. That's what this would be used for. It's quite detailed. I'm very happy with it. There's your back rim. It's dually. You got your front rim right here. There's your cab, fuel tank, spare tire. This is the back right here. You got brake lights and all that jazz. I love how this thing turned out. If I delete this plot, these custom cars are here to stay, because I could guarantee these will be used in a future build again. Very happy with how it turned out. It's very simple, but it's very detailed, and it fits the the detailed build vibe we're going with this. And it fits the detailed and realistic build vibe that we have been kind of doing throughout this build. And yeah, it's a flatbed. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Made for towing cars. Up above, it's just very overgrown, covered in vines. It's like this in real life, but I love it for that. Houses that are covered in vines are so cozy, dude. And there would be like apartments. Got a little AC unit right there. Over here is your side garage. This is just made for storage, which explains why this old MR2 is here, because it's not running. It's a future project for the auto shop, and they're kind of just storing it away while they work on some other stuff. Got all your electronics and hydro and AC. Here you have a vehicle lift. The garage is actually too short to have a lift, so they have their lift outside right here. Got some extra pallets, an old tire, overgrown. This little shot right here I love, because you got the old rusty MR2, this guy putting the tarp on or adjusting it, the old lift in the front lot. It just looks so good. I'm so happy with it. And all this cracks and all these cracks and stains and stuff on our road and our concrete, it really brings this build to life, I find. Because when you just have a plain floor, it's so boring. Look at this, right? That's before. This is after. I feel like it makes a huge difference. And it's not too overwhelming, which I love. You got a radio here, playing some beats while they repair vehicles and work on vehicles. It's just music you would have playing in the background. Got extra barrels and stuff. Fire extinguisher for emergencies. overhanging roof here. You got this guy here. He's writing a quote for this S13 that's getting repaired. That's what the lore is behind that. You can see we got tons of tools, drinks to stay hydrated because you're working outside, right? Like, it's midsummer. You got to stay cool in these hard times because you don't want to get heat stroke. So, as you can see, he's writing a quote for her S13 because she needs to get that shit repaired immediately. That's what the lore is. She's trying to get this shit done in time for the race that she has tomorrow. So she's panicking. She needs to repair her suspension in time, and they said it'll take 2 days. So she's phoning her friend and trying to make sure, should I stick with this shot or should I go somewhere else? That's what the lore is. This is the S13. Love how this thing turned out. You got your stickers and banners. Look at that. Got a hook to pull yourself out of a ditch if you ever end up in one. Some aftermarket rims. Another tow hook. You got your license plate. More stickers and branding. Big old blast pipe. More stickers there. And then you got that sticker there to taunt your opponent that you're passing on the mountain pass. So I love how this thing turned out. It's perfectly in scale with our MR2, which I love. So these two can always stick together and look fine. It's probably my most accurate custom car I've ever made, actually. These two, the MR2 and the S13. Like, this looks accurate to me. Like, the side is kind of flat, sort of. Kind of flat. But, like, from here, like, from various angles, like, it looks really accurate, which I love. And these new textures that we've been getting in the most recent updates are really bringing this thing together. See, she's got her pink smartphone, keys, all that jazz. And that might be it for outside. I love how this turned out. It looks so busy, yet so quiet at the same time. I love that, like, contrast. Oh yeah, and there's a garage door there, if you guys didn't notice that. And the overgrown look, it's just so cozy. I love it. The vehicles do have underneath parts. I forgot to mention this. It's a detail I put in, so I do want to show it. You got your, like, drivetrain and your diff, your exhaust. Everything on the Nissan Condor. It's also on the MR2. As you can see, all your stuff underneath. Transmission, exhaust, suspension, all that jazz. I did get it on the S13, but it didn't actually show up much. So there's only, like, the exhaust and two kind of rails here. But I'm not really too mad about that. Because A, it's still inside here. If I really wanted to bring the detail out, I could just lift the S13. And the S13 is very low to the ground, so you not being able to see much of what's underneath doesn't really bother me too much. Moving on to the inside, this is our shop. I love these fluorescent lights that we have running along the top. You've got water pipes and gas lines, rafters. Over here is like your delivery area. I imagine they use the Nissan Condor to tow vehicles and to deliver parts, which is why there's like a little loading bay here. You got a custom toolbox, some folders for maybe past commissions, or maybe not commissions, but like customers, I guess you could say. You got another table here for repairing certain parts, maybe like carburetors and stuff, or maybe you could just have like a transmission on this table and you're working on the transmission. That's what this table is actually for too, but it's more being used to hold drinks because it's a hot summer's day. Got your storage totes and all that jazz, extra tarps, boxes, which probably have more parts in them. You got a old duffel bag, another cooler. Over here is just basic storage. The yellow cabinets, I imagine, store flammable stuff like brake cleaner and like extra gas maybe, and starting fluid. You got more bins up there, which probably have more parts in them. You got light switches, phone, all that jazz, an old bin. Just everything to really clutter this place up, which I love. Pipes. Got your little, I don't even know what you call this. Just counters and cabinets. You can wash your hands here like she's doing. Holy crap, that's a bald spot and a half. Let me fix that. Bald spot's gone. You can see she's washing her hands. It's near the end of the day, so most of the repairs are done. She's probably the last customer. That's why this one's washing her hands. She's done with the day. Got some extra rags and towels, fire alarm and all that jazz. Over here you got like a cork board for taking notes, calendar, posters, big old Nismo flag. Love that. Looks perfect with the folds and stuff that the Billy Goats flag has. And that's about it. You got another custom toolbox here, as well as a flammable disposable bin. You also got this EF Civic. Love how this turned out. I went for a cut bumper look, which looks kind of whack, but I'm cool with it. Got your blast pipe, custom rims, some stickers, another sticker, VTEC, another sticker there, or a banner, custom handles, all that jazz. Looks pretty fire. I don't know if I like it as much as the S13 or the MR2, but it's there. And that's about it for our auto shop. I am extremely pleased with how this turned out. I love the detail that we've done on this. We've definitely had our ups and downs. Cough, cough, the K-Truck. Holy shit, bro. Literally spent 3 hours making it just to delete it and replace it with this. But honestly, I think this makes a lot more sense, because what the hell are they going to use a K-Truck for? This can haul parts, heavy parts, and other vehicles. The K-Truck could probably just haul small parts and wheels, so, you know. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please let me know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Is this my most realistic build yet? What could I do better? Tell me what you want to see in the future. Maybe there's other builds that these custom cars could be used in. This has been a very long build. I checked my editing software. We have about 23 hours of footage, which is a lot. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys. A little more B-roll. Look at that, bro. I'm so happy with this. Golly. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Where am I? In the next one. Bye-bye now.